Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So, in case you didn't see it this morning, there's a blockbuster news article on the front page of the Wall Street Journal written by Ling Wei, a veteran Chinese reporter, and it's entitled, "Xi Jinping Aims to Rein in Chinese Capitalism, Hew to Mao's Socialist Vision." In other words, Xi is going Mao. The path-breaking market reforms 40 years ago by Deng Xiaoping, which modernized China's economy and made them an economic competitor, indeed an economic adversary with the U.S., those reforms are going to be reversed. Many of us watching China have seen this trend coming for a good many years. Recently, Xi has cracked down on businesses and the stock market and successful wealthy entrepreneurs in China. And of course, he rolled over the free market democracy in Hong Kong, and I think he's aiming at Taiwan next. But this article is the clearest reporting of Xi's intentions. We're going to cover this tonight, and frankly, in the days to come, because it is a major, major story. Xi is campaigning against private enterprise, rolling back China's evolution towards free market capitalism, indeed, cutting way back on market forces in China, including a tax on private capital, instituting, by the way, at least 100 regulatory actions over the entire economy. He's going after Alibaba. He went after Alibaba, and then he upset public offerings by Tencent, Didi, Jack Ma's Ant Group, and other stock market issues. Xi has actually singled out the internet technology sector for being too rich, too big, and too powerful. And all this has taken about $1 trillion worth off of the Chinese market value. Xi wants more equality. He wants greater distribution of wealth. He wants a government-run economy. Essentially, Xi has issued a declaration of war on behalf of his working-class followers against capitalism. He wants some kind of pure socialism as his goal. And this Chinese socialism will be put under the sole control of the Chinese Communist Party. Make no mistake about that. And symbolically, maybe clinching the deal, last July 1, during the celebration of the Chinese Communist Centenary, Xi wore a Mao suit. Now, having said all that, I'm going to be somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but not entirely. I can't stop myself from asking, really, what are the big differences between Xi's economic policy and Joe Biden's economic policy? After all, Biden is campaigning against private enterprise. He doesn't believe in market forces. He's attempting to regulate every nook and cranny of the economy. He constantly talks about the need for more equality or equity. He favors redistribution of income and wealth. Does this sound familiar? There's only two major differences I can see between the policies of Biden and Xi. First, Xi has not raised taxes. And if Biden gets his way, the U.S. will have much higher business and investment taxes than China. And second, Biden doesn't have a Mao suit, at least not yet. Biden doesn't talk explicitly about socialism, but I'm with Newt Gingrich, describing Biden's policies as big government socialism versus free enterprise capitalism. Now, seriously, folks, the economic similarities of the two presidents should give everyone some food for thought. Now, look, I know America is a democracy, and it is a free country, thankfully, gratefully. China is most certainly not. Now, I have no idea what Xi Jinping's return to Maoist socialism means for the U.S., and in particular, the U.S.-China Phase 1 free trade deal. I will note that the Chinese negotiator, Liu He, who is a genuine market reformer, he's on his way to retirement, apparently. Vice Premier Liu, by the way, became a friend of mine during our trade negotiations stretching over 2 years in the Trump administration. But when Xi pulled the Didi $4.4 billion New York IPO in late June, Liu was criticized for not stepping in earlier. And then he was forced to go through what the Chinese call, quote, self-criticism, traditionally used by the Communist Party to discipline its members. Self-criticism is a practice that Mao borrowed from Stalin and has now come back into fashion in Mr. Xi's China. So, That may be the biggest difference of all between Biden and Xi, right? Self-criticism, not Joe Biden's strong suit. Now, Biden never mentioned China in his UN speech today, at least as far as I know. I have no idea if he read or is even aware of the Xi becomes Mao front page Wall Street Journal story, nor am I confident that his top aides are even going to brief him on it. But one thing's for sure, China is moving away from being a competitive adversary and becoming an outright enemy, because state-run economies under totalitarian regimes is a nasty witch's brew, and they are no friends of ours. All right, that's my riff for this evening.